Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Rich Bradley, President of the Board of Public Service. And this will be the March 22nd meeting of 2022 of the Board of Public Service. This is a public meeting, and we will start off today with a hearing, and there are no lettings. So before we start the hearing, we have had a request from an attorney to reschedule a hearing to a later date, and I will ask our board attorney, Will Willis, to brief the board on that request.
Yeah, so on Monday, March 14th, 2022 at or around 2:45 p.m., gentleman named Dan Emerson, the attorney for the property owner, reached out to Andrea Gutierrez or Treya, saying, I represent the property owner at 721 North Tucker. They shared a notice with me that BPS has a hearing on a conditional use permit revocation set for 3/22 at 1:45 p.m. I have a conflict and cannot appear virtually or otherwise on March 22nd, and I'm requesting a new date for a hearing. Thank you, Dan.
Thank you, Will. So at this time, I just want to take a moment and open the floor up for our board directors to have a open discussion about whether or not we are going to hear this hearing today or allow for an extension. So I believe we have everyone present here from the city side. Is there anyone present at all from the conditional use side, Will, that you're aware of?
No, I tried reaching out earlier to Dan Emerson to see if he or someone from his office was going to be arriving to speak. Oh,
this is Dan Emerson. I'm in the car, but I am here.
Sorry about that.
Okay, great. So at this time, I'll open the floor up for any discussion from the board members of whether we hear or not hear this today. It sounds like Mr. Emerson is on the call, so a good recommendation would be that we proceed with this unless someone from the board is opposed. So at this time, I'll ask, is anyone from the board opposed to doing this hearing today? If so, please speak now and make a motion to extend. Okay, hearing none, we will do the hearing. Hearing number one. Excuse me.
I'm sorry, President Bradley. This is Dan Emerson. I've got to walk into another court appearance, and I apologize. I was under the impression until I spoke with the city councilor this morning that the matter was going to be continued. I actually spoke with Elkin Kistner, who I believe is going to be representing some opposition. I don't know if Elkin's on the call or not, but he indicated he didn't object. When I talked to him yesterday, and even stated that he was not going to prepare his witnesses for today in light of what we all understood to be a continuance. So it's going to present quite a hardship for both me and my client if it proceeds today.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Emerson. Mr. Kistner, I'd like to ask if you would like to comment on that, please.
Yes, I guess at the risk of agreeing with an opponent, I can tell you we were under the pretty strong understanding that this was going to be continued. And Mr. Emerson is correct that we did not prepare our witnesses to neighborhood witnesses. Maybe we were mistaken in that regard, Mr. Chairman, but I hope you understand it was an honest mistake if we were mistaken. I've been doing this a little while, and I think I've relied on some facts that most lawyers in my position would rely on in reaching that conclusion. All we want to say for the record is that, and I think Mr. Emerson and I had a very, very brief discussion about this. We just want to make sure that we have a time when we can present witnesses on a date that isn't like a huge problem for, the majority of our witnesses or me, for example, and just coordinate things so that everybody will have a fair shot at this.
So is Is it fair to say, Mr. Kistner, that you are not opposed to continuing the hearing?
We are not opposed.
Okay, thank you. And Mr. Emerson, you are requesting the continuance, correct?
I am again requesting it, yeah, in addition to my prior email a week or so ago.
Okay, thank you. So at this time, the board members have heard that both sides of this hearing, one has requested the hearing and the other is acceptable to the request. So I would ask one of the board members to please make a motion to continue this hearing to an acceptable date in the future for both parties.
So moved.
Who moved?
So moved, Scoggin.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second, Scobie.
Thank you. Can you call the roll, Madam Secretary?
Director Davis. Director Hayes,
Aye.
Director Scoggin,
Aye.
Director Scobie,
Aye.
Director Williams. Director Williams
Aye.
and President Bradley.
Aye. We will continue this hearing to a future date that is acceptable to both parties. Thank you, gentlemen, for your cooperation today. Very much appreciated.
Okay, and thank you on behalf of me and my client to the board. Have a nice day, everyone.
Mr. Chairman, should we reach out to Will Willis to try to coordinate on dates?
Yes, sir. I believe
Okay.
that would be the correct approach. Both parties work through our city councilor, Will Willis, and come up with a date that works for both.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you
thanks,
so much,
thanks, everyone.
both.
Have a nice
Appreciate
day.
All right. So as I mentioned, this is the March 22nd meeting of the Board of Public Service for 2022. This is a public meeting and we have continued our hearing and there are no lettings. So at this time, I would ask Secretary to please call the roll.
Director Davis. Aye. Director Hayes,
Aye.
Director Scoggin,
Present.
Director Scobie,
Present.
Director Williams,
Present.
President Bradley.
Here, we have a quorum. I will call this meeting to order.
For the president, recommendation that approval be given as follows. Addendum number 5 to letting number 8737 Cervantes Convention Center expansion and modernization, project 1, project number 2020-31087, St. Louis, Missouri, which has been issued to clarify questions submitted by prospective bidders and to indicate changes described and shown in the plans and specifications. Request from the Missouri Historical Society to accept artifact donations for the Soldiers Memorial Military Museum. For the Office of Special Events, request for the following to be approved with certain conditions. 2 temporary outdoor seating expansions. Pat Conley Tavern, temporary outdoor seating expansion at 6400 Oakland Avenue on private property from March 22nd, 2022 to June 30th, 2022, Monday through Sunday from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Yaki's temporary outdoor seating expansion in Iowa from Cherokee to South Alley on Saturdays, 12 p.m. to 10 p.m. on April 2nd, 9th, 16th, 23rd, 30th, May 14th, 21st, 28th, and June 14th, 11th, 18th, and 25th of 2022. 2 special events to be declared as festival zones. Cardinals Opening Day Rally at Kinnear Plaza on April 7th, 2022 from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Setup will be on April 6th, 2022 at 8 a.m. and teardown will be on April 8th, 2022 at 3 p.m. Cakes and Eggs opening downtown in conjunction with Cardinals Opening Day Rally on April 7th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Setup will be on April 6th, 2022 at 8 a.m. and teardown will be on April 8th, 2022 at 12 p.m. Recommendation that the following be filed. Application number 129-266. Request from Rodney Smith to encroach at a smart booth / phone booth near the corner of 7th Maryland Plaza. Approved by the board on July 13, 2021. Approval doc number 300-551. Permit was never issued. Director of Public Utilities, recommendation that the board declare as emergency actions the following. Repair drain plumbing beneath men's locker room at the Chain of Rocks distributed pump station. Replace slacker line feeder with controls at the Chain of Rocks water treatment plant Coghlan's House. Directors of Public Utilities and Safety, joint recommendation that the following be approved subject to certain conditions. Application number 130773. Request from MLM Homes LLC 2 to adjust the boundary at 361 North Boyle Avenue in City Block 3909. Joint recommendation for the Directors of Public Utilities and Streets, joint recommendation that the following be approved, subject to certain conditions. Application number 130772, request from Cornerstone STL Inc. for public improvements to install security fence per plans at 2720 Dakota Street. Joint recommendation that one application from Bluebird be approved, subject to certain conditions. Application number 129733, 1 Bookings Drive. Joint recommendation that the following be filed. Permit number 129633 at the northwest corner of North Second Street and Carr Street, approved by the board on February 1st, 2022. Approval doc number 302454. Email received from communications that the permit is canceled. Joint recommendation that one application from Everstream be approved, subject to certain conditions. Application number 129712, 710 Pope Avenue. Joint recommendations, I know it reads 3, it should have been 2 applications from MCI be approved, subject to certain conditions. Application number 129721, 2733 Wyoming Street. Application number 129734, southern intersection of Forest Park Avenue and Euclid Avenue. Director of Streets recommendation that the following be approved, subject to certain conditions. Application number 130745, request from Square 2 Project LLC to encroach with tables and chairs on sidewalk for Lucky Accomplice Restaurant to the east of 2501 South Jefferson Avenue. We'll be encroaching with 6 tables with 3 to 4 chairs each. And for 5 conditional use permits for Director of Public Safety.
Director of Public Safety, we have the conditional uses.
My apologies. Good afternoon, board members. Per board order number 766, transmitted herewith our recommendations for the following conditional use agenda applications. Approval with conditions is recommended for 5 applications. Those are 4003 Connecticut, number A, 3939 Russell, 2202 South Jefferson, 3359 South Jefferson, and 2509 South Jefferson. I request these recommendations be approved as submitted.
Are there any questions on our conditional uses from any of our board members today? Seeing none, I'll ask for a motion to approve, please.
Motion to approve the conditional uses as submitted.
Second, Scobie.
Thank you, gentlemen. Can you call the roll, please?
Director Davis. Director Hayes.
Aye.
Director Scoggin.
Aye.
Director Scobie.
Aye.
Director Williams.
Aye.
And President Bradley.
Aye, the conditional uses are approved. I'd like to turn your attention to our meeting minutes from March 15th, 2022. Are there any questions or comments on those meeting minutes as submitted? Seeing none, I'll ask for a motion to approve, please.
So moved, Scobie.
Second, Davis.
Thank you. Can you call the roll, please?
Director Davis.
Aye.
Director Hayes.
Aye.
Director Scoggin.
Aye.
Director Scobie.
Aye.
Director Williams.
Aye.
And President Bradley.
Aye, the meeting minutes are approved. Today's agenda, questions or comments on our meeting agenda today?
Motion to approve.
Thank you.
Williams.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second, Davis.
Thank you, ladies. Can you call the roll, please?
Director Davis.
Aye.
Director Hayes.
Aye.
Director Scoggin.
Aye.
Director Scobie. Director Williams.
Aye.
And President Bradley.
Aye, today's agenda is approved. Before we adjourn, are there any comments or questions from any of our board directors? Seeing none, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn, please.
So moved, Hayes.
Second, Davis. I'm on a roll.
Thank you. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Meeting adjourned. Thank you all. Have a nice afternoon.
Have
Thanks,
a good one.
everybody.